What's going on, guys? Another day here on the Mountaintop Homestead, and my wife and I are going to go ahead and plant some greens. And this year, instead of planting them in 20-inch pots like we've done many other years, we're going to try it in the soil bags. So we've got 4 soil bags, and we're going to plant one style of green per soil bag. We're using the soil bags because we don't tend to let our greens harvest all the way. We harvest them in when the leaves are more baby type leaves, so that we can eat them more frequently in salad and that type of thing. And as you know, the greens will just keep reproducing if you harvest them correctly and don't cut off the whole bunch. So just cut them leaf by leaf. So let's go ahead and get started with the planting. What we're going to do first is we're going to poke some holes in the bottom of the bags, and that'll give us some good drainage. We'll water the soil in the bags after cutting the top, and then we'll go ahead and we'll plant our seeds. So I start by just poking quite a few holes. You want to have good drainage in a bag like this. And then we'll flip it over. Now that we have it flipped over, I'm going to go ahead and we want to cut the top off, because that's going to allow us to be able to plant our seeds. You want to make sure you give yourself enough room in the bag, but you don't want to cut too close to the edge or all your soil is going to come out and make a huge mess. We like to keep our stuff organic here up at the Mountaintop Homestead, so we've got organic soil that we bought locally here, and our seeds are all organic too that'll be going into these bags. So now we'll check the bag, see if it's moist enough, or if we got to add a little water. We'll get rid of stuff like that. That's not going to help things. So looks like it's pretty moist. It's been sitting out here in the greenhouse for almost a month, and it's soaked up moisture. So we're not going to worry too much about re-watering it until we're done with the seeds. So what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and start with the Swiss chard. And the Swiss chard is from David's Garden Seeds. We got these on the internet. And we're going to actually just sprinkle the whole bag right on top, and then cover the soil loosely. As you can see, there's a lot of seeds in there, but again, we want a lot of food to be able to sustain my wife and myself in our home. So just dump them out. And continue to sprinkle them all around. And then what we do is we just do a quick, nice, light covering. Don't want to bury them too deep. They're not a big root plant. And if there's some seeds up on top, that's perfectly fine, if they're not all buried in the soil. And the second to last thing we're going to do is give them their stake, so we know their marker of what they are. So this is our chard. We're going to stick that back here in the corner, and then I won't forget what we got. And we're going to gently water. Now, as you guys saw in a previous video, we're in the process of getting our irrigation system in place, but at least for now, to get our greens started, we just went ahead and water by hand. But at least this water's from our Lord. It's our rainwater coming from our couple rain barrels we have here on the property. So it's not costing me any money. And it's as simple as that. So now we'll go ahead and we'll move on to the other 3 bags and see how everything goes. We've got 4 bags planted with 4 different types of greens. We've got endive, I've got a dark lettuce, I've got a romaine lettuce, and I have a chard in the far bag. So these are items that you can also plant in the fall, early, late winter, when we're starting to warm up, depending if you have a greenhouse or if you've only got stuff planted outside. It all depends on that. Today is a mid-50s day up here on the mountain, and the greenhouse is a little over about 64-ish degrees today. So this stuff should do good. We're still getting down about 34 or so degrees. We haven't had a frost for a couple days, which is good, but this type of stuff will work just fine and grow just fine and germinate and everything out here in the warmth, and it'll survive the cold for the night. One other thing we're doing today is transplanting some of our strawberry plants. I've got 3, I guess not 3 plants anymore, but I've got 3 buckets of strawberries that are from last year, and they survived the winter in the greenhouse, of course, and they're starting to grow. So I would like to use the pots that they are in. So I'm going to go ahead and transplant those to kind of a tiered strawberry planter that we were able to get our hands on. So that's our next project for this afternoon. So those are our plants that our strawberry plants. We got these 3 right here, and we're going to go ahead and transplant them into this strawberry pot that we got off of Amazon. I think I've seen these at Dollar General and a few other places, but this can also be hung, but the directions indicate that it can be up to 40 pounds with soil and water, and I'm not going to take that chance with our greenhouse of possibly bending any of the frame or breaking anything or losing our strawberries. So anyways, I'm going to get to planting, and we will show you our finished product. So I just got done planting the strawberries, transplanting them. Was able to fill up every single tier of the strawberry planter. I just got some water out of our rain barrel, and we're gonna go back and give these guys some water and call it a night. These are the pots that I had the strawberries in. They're about a 8-inch pot, I guess. Had them in there for a couple years. Last year they did really good in there, but just not, you get to the point where the strawberries are touching the soil and that sort of thing. So I wanted something that was off the ground. So that's why we ended up getting this 5-tier. It's a 5-tier strawberry planter, and of course you can put other things in it, but so I was able to break it out and come up with 15 strawberry plants out of the 3 pots that we had. And to my amazement, I was actually able to hang it up on our greenhouse. So I've got some different type of hangers that the greenhouse came with. They've got some hangers you can use that are really light. They're just plastic, and that would be for hanging up trellises and helping with that sort of thing. And that's actually what these are too, is there's some trellis string that sits on those, but decided to try it. It looks like it's going to do its job, so we'll definitely check on these in a few days and see how they're doing. But I think we'll be really good with the strawberries and really good with our soil bags that we planted today, and so we'll see what happens. That's it for today, folks. We got strawberries planted, we got some lettuce planted, some endive planted, and some chard planted. Those were all done in the soil bags, so we didn't take up some of our precious pots. And then we also transplanted the strawberries. So we'll check back in a couple days. We'll do another video and see how things come along, if the strawberries are gonna survive my planting technique, and how our germination's coming in all of our greens. So thanks again for following along on our journey, and thank you for watching our videos here at Mountaintop Homestead. We love you guys. God bless you guys. If you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.